I've always been a big fan of hacking. Every time I've seen it on movies, I believe this is what inspired my career goals. This speech will be about what a cybersecurity analyst is, the requirements of being a cybersecurity analyst, and the advantages of being a cybersecurity analyst. First, I'm going to talk about what a cybersecurity analyst is. Running a business in this day and age will will have to involve a lot of internet, and people have to rely on internet a lot in order to keep this business running. This leaves you vulnerable to different types of risks, as now having physical security at your business won't be enough in order to protect it efficiently. The reason I say this is because this would leave you vulnerable to being hacked and being robbed from the software in which you have, not in the physical form such as information and money. This is where cybersecurity would step in. The job of a cybersecurity analyst is to determine how strong one's cybersecurity is and suggesting ways to maximize this strength to prevent any of these robberies. This is so that anyone who poses a threat from outside will have little to no luck getting anything from the business. So essentially, it is your job as a cybersecurity to attempt to hack a business or one of that nature and seeing how successful you can be in how to prevent being as successful as you were previously. Next, I'm going to be talking about the requirements of a cybersecurity analyst. In order for you to obtain a profession in cybersecurity, you are required to have a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, which we know can take up to 4 years to obtain. A master's degree is also not looked down upon in order to obtain this career. You may also be expected to have work experience in this field, as having previous training, as well as having previous trainings that you're up to date on how to do this efficiently. You are also required to be a creative thinker. This is because your job requires you to look at all the ways in which you could possibly be hacked, or a business could possibly be hacked, as well as for you to oversee them. This would require you to have something of your own. You're also required to have good communication skill. This applies to both verbal and written communication. This is because at the end of each of your analysis, you are required to write up a report. And there, and even if you analyze the cybersecurity of something efficiently, the if you have a poor analysis, in other words, if you can't express this analysis well enough in words, this will come off as a negative impact on how efficiently you analyze the business security. Next, I'm going to be talking about the advantages of being a cybersecurity analyst. A cybersecurity analyst is quite an ethical job, as you are preventing robberies. I enjoy this standpoint because it makes me feel quite proud of this job, as I feel like I am making the world a safer place for everybody. For example, if I were to analyze the cybersecurity of a bank, this would imply that I am not only making the information safer for the business, but also making a business safer for those who have funds in the bank. So it would be for everyone generally. A second advantage for cybersecurity is that it's quite flexible in the manner of the style in which you work. What I mean by this is that if you would prefer to work outside your work environment, maybe at home, this is one of those jobs, like as opposed to construction, this is one of those jobs that aren't physical. So you might be able to do so in most cases, as for example, working at home. This might be a possibility. Another possibility would be whether or not you like to work in a group or work individually. Being a cybersecurity analyst gives you a little bit of both. So you could probably set yourself up to work in one of these predominantly. The final advantage of this, and one that this probably interests most people and why they wish to take this route, they is because this job is very high in demand. This means that Because this is high demand, the salary would be quite high as a percentage of all careers. Pay scale estimates the average pay to be 64,000 and $328 annually, which is around 28 an hour. This alone gives people a motive to look into this job. In conclusion, today I've talked to you about what a cybersecurity analyst is, the requirements of being a cybersecurity analyst, and the advantages of being a cybersecurity analyst. Sorry. I hope this is enjoyable to y'all.